Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Give me my little boy. Hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-toppa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-toppa, tippa-toppa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Give me my little boy. Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-toppa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-toppa, tippa-toppa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickup. Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Manny here from the Guitar Show in Oz, the wonderful wizard land of Oz. What's happening? Willie, what's going on? Terry, what's happening? Tell me your woes. Pour out your hearts. Good to have you here, ladies. I hope you're enjoying your Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Tuesday here in Sydney. And I'm working on one of my Strats that needs a chip repaired and a nut replaced. So Terry, we're going to be slotting nuts and polishing them. Your favourite thing to do. One of your favourite things to do. Thank God Tom's not here to comment. She's well. Everything is well. Everyone is well. Olivia is happy. She has her guitar. We opened it. We played it. She bought a new amp yesterday. She has a little Fender amp. She is loving it. And everything is good in the world of everyone. So can't complain. No complaints from me. Everything's fine. Indeedy, everything is fine. Yes, she's very happy. Orby with a resub. Manny. What's going on, Orby? Doing a little bit of a Mav there. Channeling Mav. What's going on, Greg? Good to see you. So we've got our old Strat. This guy here. And what happened to this guy is there's a little chip at the top of, it's about the size of about a 1/4 inch. A big chunk was taken out of this, and I've just covered it up. I'm just going to finish repairing that with some sawdust and super glue, sand that flush, give it a little rub and a polish, re-oil this guy, refit a nut in there for it. The frets are good. We recently refretted this guy, so its frets are really good. Just got to finish that chip, fix that big chip in there. So we've done the majority of it. Let me flick you over to the bench. Karen Day, what is happening? Let me say hello to these people. Willie's here. Nifty's here. Well, Nift, you are the man. Karen Day, what is happening? 22 months in a row with a big resub. Thank you. And Orby as well. 30 months. My God. Can you believe it's nearly 3 years? We've got another. Oh, and I've decided we've got, okay, news, everyone. News flash. So I've got some serious wood arriving. I've got some mahogany bodies. I've got, what else have I got? An alder body. I've got something else as well, a poplar. No, that's arrived. So I've got a mahogany and an alder to come. I've got a beautiful flamed flamed American maple cap. We have decided to build a Les Paul Tiger Eye. So we're going to go with the big amber top, big amber flame top, mahogany neck, mahogany body, and Mr. Glynn's 59s, the integrity. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. And also for the 3rd year anniversary in February, we are doing another 24-hour stream for charity. We are going to build a Les Paul Junior. We're going to go away from the telepath and we're going to build an LP Junior, a flat top with a P90 in it and a set neck, and it's all happening. So we've got lots of stuff going on. A couple of Gibson-esque styles to be built. We also have to finish our acoustics soon, but I've spent this month doing, finishing up projects that I had to tidy up and rework, getting ready for summer markets as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of work in the next 3 months. We'll take a little bit of time off over Christmas, a couple of weeks. In January, I'm going to take a break and go away and see a few people up north and catch up with family and take a break. I'm on a roll. Karen Day, I'm on a ham and cheese roll, let me tell you. Okay, let's get some work done. Let's see what we've got with this guy. We need to do a couple of things. First things first. I'm not sure if you can see that guy. Let me move this little camera a little bit closer. Over this way. Over the top. Okay. We've got a little chip in there that I have repaired. There is a divot I need to fix. So what we do is we get the rosewood dust that I have collected here, and we're going to throw a little bit of super glue just in that, and then sprinkle the dust in and rub it in, and then file it flat, and then we're done. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there, a couple of dots, a big dollop of this stuff, push it down, rub it off quickly. It's quick curing. There it is there. It's now filled the chips. See that brown spot? It's filled the chip. There's a big chip that started there. And now we're going to just let that dry for a minute, cure, and file that and sand that flush until it feels smooth. and then we can slot and reset this nut. I've restrung this. I've cut another nut for a reason. I needed to bring the spacing in a little bit closer here. It was just a little bit too wide at the top end. We want to bring that in a little bit closer and just tidy that up and line everything up a little bit better, because this one potentially will go to Pete Northcote to play, and I wanted the spacing to be exactly the same as what he is used to. So let's do that. Yep. You behave, Karen Day. You know we always behave. You're the little mischievous one. You know it. Terry's a good girl. Terry would never do anything bad. So now that that's hard, that's now rock hard, we can basically take a file and just file a very fine file. I'll just use this little fine guy. And basically just, with the strings taken off there, we just rub that off and take the top off that. Just follow. Until we can feel it. Smooth it out. It's a little bit rough there. Okay, that's smooth now, so we don't need to do anything more other than just to polish that little guy up. Just quickly touch on that a little bit more. That's good. I cannot feel that. There's no bump there at all. That is sealed in. With a bit of oil, you won't see that. Let's get some 400 on there. And get those scratches out. There aren't any. It's very fine. That's nice and smooth now, and that's fixed the problem. Avige. Thank you for the raid. What's going on, guys? Raiders, come on in. What is happening, guys and girls? Welcome to the Guitar Show in Oz. I'm Manny, your host, and we build boutique guitars live on stream. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for the follows, and thank you for the shares. Wriggleton, thank you for the follow. Guys, come on in, pull up a pew. We're working on a repair at the moment. We'll take you through and show you a couple of things that we've built recently. How you doing? Foxy Moxie, thank you very much for the follow. Snake's in here as well. Thank you, Snake.
Somebody just followed me.
The Crafters. We are the Crafters. Thank you very much for the... Really appreciate you, guys. Yes, we are makers.
Somebody just followed me.
And just ignore that voice because he's just telling me what's going on. Or he's telling my mum, actually, but anyway. Keeping Sphere, thank you very much for the follow as well. Snake's there. Foxy's here. Wriggleton's here. Thank you very much. Excellent work. Good choice. We're going to have fun. Let's get on with it. A big shout out, Terry. Thank you for all those people. Thank you very much, guys, for bringing your crew over. And I hope you had a great stream. How did you go? Did you do any... What do you guys do? What do you guys do? What do you make? Do you make things? Do you play music? Do you play games? We have to check you out. Yes, absolutely. Starfield. Ooh, okay. Hobby guitarist, appreciate this line of work. Excellent. Ooh, Keeping Sphere. Okay, no problems. Look, let's get on with it. You guys, welcome to hang out as long as you need. We generally go for about an hour or about 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours a day around this time, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. Thanks for being here. Let's get on with it. We're fixing a Strat that I built recently, a Strat type guitar. It's a road-worn series. It's got a little bit of satin finish, a little bit of age to it, if you like, without having all the stuff ripped off it in terms of a classic relic. And what we're doing is we're fixing a chip on the first fret. We're replacing the nut. We've just refretted this girl. We're going to string her up and test her out as well and see what she sounds like after we finish. So hang about if you've got time. Let's get to the bench and we'll get on with it. Okay, I'll get you to the bench. There we go. There we are. So we've just basically filled this little chip with a little bit of glue, a little bit of dust. I'm just giving it a light sanding, cleaning that up. We'll give this girl a good oil in a minute, and then we'll fit that. That nut. We've got to cut that nut and fit that. Let me get the 1200 on there as well, Terry. We need the 1200 as well. So Didymus, what is going on? Ha! I yell because I get locked up under the workbench. How dare you suggest that? It's true, though. Okay, that's pretty good. That's going to be ready to go now with some oil. We're going to pop some oil on here, and then we're going to, while that dries, we're going to cut a new nut and slot a new nut made of bone. We've got a bone nut right here. We've marked out the height of the strings from the fretboard. We've also marked the spacings for those strings. So we've got to slot those with our files, and then we've got to fit that guy in the little fretboard there in the nut slot that we created for it. And then we string her up and let her rip. Fender neck. No, it's not a Fender neck. I make all the necks. So this is made by hand by me. All these were made. This is Queensland maple. This body. It's what I call a mahogany tobacco burst. I've got Australian Tasmanian blackwood as the cap. It's got Danish oil, about 3 or 4 coats. The neck is a Canadian maple. That's the Canadian maple flame neck. It has oil on it as well, a satin finish. It's my headstock shape. That's what I generally do. I've got Fender tuners on this one. There we go. Truss rod access from the front in there. And this baby's got Mr. Glynn's Bellbird pickups. So these are hand wound, custom made for me from a winder in New Zealand called Glyn Evans. Can we have that link, please, Terry? Thank you. Awesome. Check him out. He is awesome. Another person you want to check out is Orbiter Guitars. So Greg over in San Francisco area. He winds pickups and repairs and makes guitars as well. Check him out. Give him a big shout out too, please, Terry. Thank you very much. And yeah, so this guy here, any questions, just throw them up on the chat. I'll try and answer as I go. Let's see. Let's get some oil on this guy and get some color back into this rosewood fretboard. And that way we'll be good to go with the nut. And we'll get this guy fixed in a minute. So let's whack some oil on there. Just give that a nice little wash now that it's ready. I don't go too heavy on the oil. It was recently oiled. I just want to bring the color out a little bit again. Get some dust off there. Give it a bit of a clean. Get some finger marks off there. Any grease marks. You can see that beautiful rosewoods now starting to pop. That grain is quite prominent. It's a beautiful straight grain. Classic rosewood look. Really cool. See that there. A little bit more oil. I just use lemon oil. There we go, that's fixed it. What I can see is a little bump there. I'm just going to give that a little sanding as well when it dries up before we put the nut in there. So let's put that oil aside for a minute. Let that dry. What I'll do now is move the camera just over to the bench here. Move this bench away. Some room. Get our little vice guy. Put our baby vice up here. And we're going to mount friend on here and fix him. Fix his little red wagon, as Terry says. We're going to fix his little red wagon. That's what. Let me put this little baby vice on there. So, got some tape there. I've got this marked out and ready to go. What I need to do is mount that, get the Music Nomad files, and we need to slot those slots down to the required depth, which I've marked out there. Eight string. Wow, that's pretty heavy. We do have a 7-string model that we do make, a 7-string multi-scale, which we have to undertake. We've got a prototype made. We need to produce them. We haven't. They're not very popular, but I do want to make one for my own collection. And but 8-string, yeah, it's that's hardcore. That's hardcore. Tom, what is going on? Yeah, Eddie did it on 6 and Getty did it on 4. I know, it's horses for courses, you know. People play what they want to play, and whatever floats your boat is good by me. Let's get the nuts slot files out. Terry, what's the first one we need to do here? Let's start at the little end, Terry. What's first coming up?
Mom, somebody just followed me.
Shadow Dragon, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. We got 10. Oh, you got the lotto numbers up. Awesome. 10, 13, 17. Okay, good. We've got 10 here. Let's cut that. See if I can make it a little bit better for you. Just hang on a sec, guys. I'll move this little mini camera around. See if we can get a better look. How's that? There you go. Now you can really see what we're doing right up to there. Okay. I have marked it. I'm trying to score it on that line. Got it. I'm going to bring that down, down, down now. Slightly tilting away to the front. A little bit of a fall away. Almost there. Just about. All right, that's done. Next, Terry. 13. Am I right? 13. Drop C or drop B. I just finished a 6-string drop B, a 25.5-inch scale for a Swedish metal, dark metal, Norse metal band player. And it was a left-hander, so it had it all. Drop B, left-handed. That was pretty cool. You can see all my stuff up on Instagram. My website's being rebuilt at the moment, but I do have Instagram, and all my builds are there if you want to look at any other things that we've done recently. I have just delivered that one, so I can't show you that guy in person, but have a look at our Instagram and join if you don't mind just following us on Instagram. That would be great. Okay, 13. Let's go. 13. Right on the line. Good. Get that fall away going. Stop and check the depth. I have marked out the depth here, how far down to go. The string should sit just above the first fret. And this depth gauge allows us to make sure it doesn't go and fret out. If we go too far, we're stuffed. How do we fix a slot that's too deep? Well, we grab some dust, and we grab some super glue and we create a little cement, and we fill the slot and recut if we have to. It's possible to save a nut if you do overcut it. Nearly there. Just about there. Okay. That's pretty good. Terry, next. Hank is showing us. Oh, that's great to see. We've got 13, we've got 17 now. Thank you, Terry. 17, making sure it's 17. What have I got there? 17, good. Let's get that guy on. Good. Down. Yeah, we're nearly there. And we're there. Okay. Terry, next. What do we got next? 24. Oh, yeah, look, strings break. That's how it goes. Nuts sometimes break your strings if they're not cut properly. You might get a sharp edge or a break angle that's not right. It all depends on how you play as well, I guess. It's all part of it. Here we go here. Right, that's good. Getting there. Nearly there. All right, that's nearly there. Okay, we're there. That's good there. Done. Next. 2 to go. Is that a 32, Terry? Yes, it is. Thank you. Bumstead Marky Mark, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Come on in, guys and girls. Let's get the ball rolling. We're just cutting nut slots. there. And lucky last, before we trim that guy down, 42. There. Okay, we're there. Okay, we're good. Now what I need to do is just quickly take off a little bit of that height. Just going to grind that down on the sander, and we'll come back and we'll sand that and fit that in, trim the ends. I'll just double check that. Let's put this back up where it needs to be. Where it needs to be. Where it needs to be. How are we going here? Let's sort this out for you, Terry. There we go. I can still see a little bump. Oh, no, that's okay. That's good. I can't feel that. That's fine. Let's grab this guy. Let me quickly give him a trim. Let me check that line where he needs to fit. Grab a sharp pencil. And grab this string and just check the alignment before we do anything. Pretty good. Okay, that's where I want it. Big Bumstead with a resub. Thank you, buddy. 20 months. Awesome. Thank you for the ongoing support. Appreciate it. Let's line this guy up and have a little look at the alignment. That's spot on. That's really good. Yeah, that works. That works. Yep. Okay, cool. We've got it down, pat. So let's go trim this guy up, come back and glue it in, and then we'll fit those guys in. I guess that's what we're going to do. Let's do that. right. Just going to test fit this guy and just check the spacing. It looks pretty good. Let's put these strings on. Bill, camera. Got it, Terry. Thank you. I was just at the other end of the room, so I didn't see it till I got back. Forgive me my stupidity. Sorry. Let me just wind this up quickly. Just check the alignment now that I've trimmed that down. A couple of turns later, and we're on. Good there. It's good there. And we're good to go. Yeah, we're pretty good to go. Okay. Check these guys out. Check the spacings. Okay, that's good. Yep. Side. Put the other strings on as well. Let's do that. So we'll line up with them. We'll glue that nut in. Or we'll take it out and polish it, and then we'll glue it in place. Doing the prelim checks. Very low action, which is good. Come on, man. Through. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. Beautifully spaced over the pole pieces. Really low. Too low. I've got to raise that up a little bit. Looks really good though at this end. So let's put that last string in there, the D. And we'll trim these guys up. Where are you? Nice. All right, they look good. The spacing's great. That's where I want it. Awesome. We're good. Looking great. We'll adjust the action in a minute. Can it get lower? Potentially. All right, what we need to do is pull this guy out, loosen this, back these off a couple turns. Take this guy out. Grab our glue. Let's glue that guy in. Hold it down. A few seconds. Whack these strings on. Beautiful. Lovely. We are good to go, guys and girls. I think we got it. It feels good. Let's trim this up and let's get these guys all tuned. I'm going to have to polish that in place. I didn't polish it before I
Mom, somebody just followed me.
Ghetto, what is going on? Wafer, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Good to see you. Come on in. Time you spent the jail, well, that wouldn't be the first time, and it probably isn't the last. So good for you. Ha! Nick in the house. What's going on, Nico? You tell me what's happening, brother. I'm just going to back these off, take this out, and give that guy a little bit of a polish. Terry, we're going to get the grits on this baby now, or what? Are we going to get the grits on, girl? Before we do the grits, I'm going to just make sure that those slots are clean with a bit of paper. I'm going to run the file through them one more time, just a touch. So let's go through the same old, same old. I'm just going to angle the file slightly off center, off vertical, to just get the bottom loose, slacken it out. Just going to put just a little flask bottom on the bottom of that slot because they tend to V-shape and that pinches the string. I like to round them off. So, and on top of that, we grab some 1200 and we stick that in there. Actually, some 400 will be better. Get some 400 in there. Give that a little rub. Get some Get some burrs or whatever else might be in there out of there. That's better. It looks nice and clean now. And then we'll give this a quick polish. $17. Okay, let's get the 24 onto here and just run that through. A bit of a bell bottom. That's good. Make sure that string doesn't grab. It should be moving freely in that slot. That feels nice. There's no tightness there. It just comes in and out. Sometimes they pinch the strings. We don't want that because then you can't intonate properly. The string has to be able to slide as you bend it. Needs to move. Needs to be able to. I mean, it's got to grab it at that point there, but when you tune, it can't bite. It's got to slide freely. So sometimes we put a little bit of graphene in there or a little bit of grease to help with that friction. But these are pretty smooth, these things. I've just run that 400 over and it feels pretty good. The string is actually moving quite well along there. I'm just testing the wound strings and that little slack. It's moving quite easily. It's not pinching it. It lifts in and out easily, sits in a slot easily. That's important, never to grab it and tighten it. We don't want it pinching because you'll start breaking strings, among other things that could go wrong. We're good there. Just checking that fall away. This is ever so slightly below horizontal, away towards the pegs. What have I got here? Let me have a look. Let me put this glue away so it doesn't dry off. That's this one here. So that's our 32. That goes in nice and that's a bit tight. I might just hit that with the bigger. Just open that guy up a little bit. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's good. They're sitting nice and low. Yep, very good. Last one. Let's file that out. And of course, we need the last one done as well. Give that a little burl. We're good. Okay, let's fit that and see what it fits like. That's nice. That lifts in and out easily. Great. It's right down the bottom. That's good. Give that a sand. Let's get this nut polished up. A little bit of tape. Just protect that fret board. Keep those strings down. Quickly wipe off with a bit of spirit. Just wipe off that pencil mark. Now that we no longer need it. Okay, we're good to go. Let's polish that girl up. Terry, what do we need? What are we talking about? We need 400 first, right? Do we need 400 first? Tell me, talk to me. Whew. Yes, 400. Excellent. Here it is. Gonna hit those edges and make them nice and rounded too. All right, next. Let's go straight to 12. Give that a little burnish, a little polish. That's already starting to shine. Hit those edges, hit those edges, hit those edges, buddy. Feels smooth. Excellent. Okay. Let's get the micro mesh out. Terry, first one. Let's go. Mesh me up. Mesh me up. Let's get meshy. 1800, 1500. Okay, 1500. Where is that guy? Here it is, 1500. $1,500. Done. Next. $1,800. Da-da-da-da-da. Green Christmas, indeed. Nice. Next. $2,400. The grey. Hit those corners as well. Get those guys nice and rounded. There's no burrs there. They feel good. That inside edge done as well. All right, next. Van Walen's favorite color. Lisa, what's going on? Willy Wonko in the house. What's going on, Lisa? Nice and shiny, coming up good. Next. $3,600, Terry's favorite, the color of wine. We like a good wine. We like a fine wine, a good fine wine. A full-bodied red. Indeedy. Good. Next. Lisa, 4,000, teal, just in time. You know what we need? If Dana was here, she'd have kittens. But we need a purple seahorse as an emote to celebrate the little Telecaster I gave my niece. A little seahorse, and we need a little starfish guy too. Don't you think? Lisa, would you like that? You're into all that marine stuff. Next. Purple. Yeah, she loved it, Rage. It was awesome. How you doing, man? Good to see you. On the stream. Rage in the house, everybody. Big round of applause for Rage, please. Next. Blue. Are we up to blue? Blue, 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 blue. Spelling words. That's excellent. We need to be able to read and write and arithmetic. The 3 R's. This guy's shiny like a fine Chinese porcelain teacup. That's how good this is. It's shiny as a little bit of gunk in those slots, though. I'm going to get them out in a second with a bit of paper. They look really good. Lucky last. Let's do it, Terry. What do we got? Rage's favorite 12,000 million grits. 12,000 million grits. No 12K. 1, 2, 3, 4, Rage. 12K grit, 12K grit. Terry's fighting back. Them's fighting words, Terry. You know that. He's going to have a massive hissy fit in a minute. If you keep that up. Looks nice. We've got a nice, shiny little guy. Let me just quickly clean out those slots. We're running a bit of 1200 through there. There we go. It's shiny. It's shiny. It's ready to go. Put that up there. Let's put the strings on. Let's power it on. Let's check the action. Action Jackson. We need to check the Action Jackson. The Kate Jackson. We fixed that chip there too. That's gone. That's pretty cool. I'm going to give this a little bit of a buff. While I've got the 12K, those frets. Okay, we're done. Pop these away. Close the magic lid. Let's put the strings on. Let's set the action on this girl. Very low action. It's very good. We're going to set the saddles now and get this guy firing up. Nothing needed for the little E string. Is it high? It could be a little high. Let's check it. I'll grab my spacer. First things first, I need to get all of these tuned up. So let me grab my tuner and then we'll check the heights, get the positioning all sorted out. Definitely needs to come up. Yeah, it's bottoming out here, so I've got to get this saddle up, especially on the thicker strings. The other strings will be fine. Okay. Let's get some action adjustment on these saddles. So first things first, I'm going to get a tuner, tune that up. Back in a second. Okie dokie, let's do this. So first things first, I'll just bring it up to tune, check the intonation. These are intonated okay, but I'm just going to double check them because we're going to shift those saddles a little bit. So let's do that. Center this camera, if I can. Give me a sec. There we go. Get out there. Alrighty, we're good. Okay, who we got? Who's just done this? Seeblies with a resub. 28 months. Thank you for using your Prime, my friend. Always good to see you. Cheers, big ears. Let's have a drink. Good timing. I think I saw that little cheers, big ears, and I thought, you know what? Before I tune anything, let's have a drink. Take these off. Give my eyes a rest. What is happening, guys and girls? Seeblies, what is going on, brother? He's looking up your old address. Karen Day with a big resub to 22 months. Karen Day, thank you for that earlier. I appreciate you. You know that. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Terry. All good. It's a reworking. Yeah, what happened? There was a chip in the top in the first fret, and I wanted to fix that. The nut, I needed to respace it. It's a bit too broad for the player. I want to get it down to the standard. So I narrowed the spacing on the nut to a Fender Strat standard. Mine are slightly wider because my neck is a very, very, very fine bee's hair, wider than a standard neck. So it's just a reset, and this nut is a better nut as well. This is going out to a player, so I need to have it running tip-top, and I wasn't 100% happy with it. So on that note, what I'm going to do is tune this guy up and set the action and plug it in and give it a sound check before I let it settle in and let that nut settle in and those strings settle in. Let's tune this girl up. Let's bang on E. I fluked that somehow. Just right, you can hear it touching down here, so I need to raise that. So let's do that and retune as we go. I'm going to give that a whole turn and a half. Still rubbing out, so we're going to go a lot higher at the back end here. I'm going to check the angle of that fall away and that bridge spacing. That looks pretty good now. Okay, that's just about right. Yep, that's at the right height now, that E string. Okay. Yep, that's good. So that should work a little bit better up here. Still spreading out, just a little turn higher. Oh, it's still pretty low. Wow. Okay, we'll bring that up half a turn there. Bring that up half a turn there. It's not touching any of the, okay, we're not touching any of the pickups. Still low. Okay, that's better. All the notes are playing. That looks pretty good. Yep, that's pretty good there. I'm going to leave that one there for now. Let's adjust the others. So this one here can go up a little tiny bit, I think it needs. A couple of turns. Following the radius of the neck. that's good. Tune those up in a sec. Let's get the heights right first. This was almost right. It probably can sit there. Fine. The other one should be pretty good too. I think the rest are good. Just a tad's got to come up. Right there. Just checking the string height. That's pretty good. About right. Can drop down a little tiny bit. Fall away now on the 12-inch side. There we go. Just rotating that out a little bit. This guy's a little bit just a touch high. Let's get that down on the end. There we go. Okay, tune her up. Dana with a resub. Dana, 31 months. What is going on? Hello, friend. Indeed. It's intonated, right? Okay, let's plug that in and give it a test run. Make sure it's still working electrically as it is mechanically. That's set nicely now. I'll double check the height of that in a little while. Just let that settle in. Let the tuning do its thing. Let's that settle in. I'll grab the amp and we'll just plug it in and have a little listen to those bellbirds. Get out the little practice amp. short lead here. Nice and quiet, which is always good. A little bit of a hum there, but not much. I love these pickups. Did I tell you how much I love these pickups? That sounds really good. Pickups that stratty sound, you got that twang in there. I think so, Nifty. This is the one I want to send Pete. Yeah, I think you'll like the sound of this one. Just check the tuning again. Bridge pickup. Starting to sound like a Strat now. It's got a great tone, Terry. It's really, these pickups are awesome. Works nicely. Combination, bridge and middle. That's that twang from the Strats, that duck, that squeak, that squawk that you get. Neck and middle. It's got a good tone, it's got a good vibe, and that's a shitty amp with no effects, no reverb, no chime, no chorus, no. If you added some effects to this, it would be studio quality. Now that action, I've got to check that again. I'm going to let that settle, just with the new nut, the bridge adjustments. Just let that tension on there settle, and I'll probably retune that later on, and see how we go. I do like it. Let's listen. See what you can do with a bit of dirt. It's probably going to get a bit gritty, which is good. Grit's good. We like grit. A little bit of Stevie Ray, sort of Texas scream blues. I don't have a screamer on it, but Yeah, we need something a little bit punchier. The amp just doesn't cut it. Something like that. Anyway, she does a lot of things. You like that, Greg? It's not bad. She goes okay. I love the pickups, but I don't have a great amp. If I had the AC30 down here, you'd hear it really warm up, but it's okay. Let's unplug this girl and let's talk about what we're going to build in the coming months. I've got 3 really important builds that I need to talk to you guys about. So the first one, which is probably going to be the first cab off the rank, is a. Let me switch that off first, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I'll pop this away. Have another look at that. There's the burst. That old girl. It feels really good. The actual spacing now is really nice. It's easy to fret notes, and it bends nice, and it's got that slack. You can see it's got that stratty sort of slack spring back. You can tell it feels good when you can bend a note easily without having it really labor or bounce back or throw back at you. You know it's spaced and tensioned correctly. So it feels good. So I'm happy with that. Let's talk about things. So we are going to build a couple of things in the coming months. So first things first, February is our 3rd year anniversary. 3 years of streaming on Twitch. And again, we're going to do a 24-hour charity stream, 24-hour build. And it will be this time, instead of a Telecaster, it will be a little bit more complicated in that it's going to be a set neck. We're going to build a Les Paul Jr. style, a J6. So I'm thinking I'm going to make it a little bit different, and it's going to be a really light body with a dark burst and a dark neck. But you're used to really seeing juniors in a color, either an amber or a black or a mahogany or a darker, more traditional colors. We're going to go with something that's a little bit more patterned and a little bit lighter for a Les Paul Jr. That's going to be for the charity stream. The next guitar that I'm going to build, well, we've got to finish the acoustic, this guy that we're working on. So we're going to be continuing work on this guy here. There's the body for that girl. We've got the neck pocket cut out now. We've got to fit the neck in and cut a bridge for that guy. And I'm going to actually start having a look at the materials we're going to use for that bridge today. So this guy's got to be finished as well. But on top of that, there is a beautiful piece of 3/4-inch cap that I have carved top in a beautifully flamed American maple, rock maple. And I want to build what they call a tiger eye or a golden amber top flamed quilted / whatever you want to call it Les Paul in its classic mahogany body, mahogany neck, ebony fretboard, maple cap. So we're going to go and 59s probably or 57s in the pickup. So we're going to go traditional old school wiring. We're going to go traditional old school everything. So we're going to see how that goes. But first things first, I'll show you that cap that we do have. I'm waiting for the mahogany body to turn up. There's also an older body that's turning up, and with the older body, I do want to build another Strat style guitar with a little bit of. I want to do a little bit more staining, and I want to do a bit more experimentation with wipe on poly this time instead of oil. So we're going to go for a glossier type of finish on that guy, and with the curves and the cutaways and the shoulder rests, it should really. If you look at some of the stuff that Orbi has built in a Strat shape for his test beds, you'll see how nice that looks with a little bit of clear on it. The shape of the Strat is probably one of the most iconic shapes in a glossy finish. You can just those curves are really nice. So we're going to try that again on another piece when we get those bits and pieces coming in. I'll grab the cap and I'll show you what we've got to date, and I'll show you what I'm thinking about for the Les Paul. So hang in there. He is a killer finisher. Rage is he is the best because he sands for days. He wet sands for days. That's what he does, Rage. He wet sands for decades. Decades and decades. I'll grab some wood and show you some samples. This guy here is going to be the tiger eye that we want to work on, the cap here. I'll just show you this guy, and you get to look at some of the beautiful, even Rage, even you'll be impressed with this guy here, let me tell you, when I show you this baby girl. This guy here is going to be the cap on our Les Paul. Okay, we're going to have mahogany, this color on top. It's going to be an amber. We're going to put black through this. We're going to get all this quilt popping. We're going to make it a real beastie tiger eye finish. Let me get some oils on there, show you what that flame looks like with a bit of coloration in there. There's a lot of flame there. It's beautiful. We're talking a vintage looking type of finish. I was thinking about a gold top, but yeah, no, there's something about a gold top. I wouldn't be able to do it justice. It's too iconic. And I do like to just do something. But look at that beautiful maple. It's got so much grain going that way, and it's got so much flame going that way. So that's going to be pretty something else, I reckon, when that goes going. Yeah, it's a nice big chunk too, Rage. Full carve top, we've got 20 mil. It's going to get shaved down to about 18, and I'm going to put about 7 tiers on that, and that'll be a nice full height Les Paul in the middle. I'm not going to chamber it. It's going to have the weight, but luckily the mahogany pieces I get are really weighted well. This is a little bit on it's going to add some weight, but remember a lot of this stuff's getting taken out. So, it is going to be what it is going to be. So I will square this guy up eventually. It's a little bit on the needs some shaping. I need to run it through the thickness and get some twist out of there and get some level out of there and level it right up there. Also need to level those joints there. You can see that flame. It's quite prominent if you can on that camera. But that's going to be the cap on this guy. So I'm looking forward to that one. If you can imagine. Nice big classic L shape, LP style. It's going to be like left or right hand on this one. It's going to be left on the right and right on the left. Oh yeah, sure. No, he's got it marked there. E and E. The guy's got it marked. You're losing all that flame in the middle now that's getting cut out. There's a lot of heavy stuff here, so that's the way it goes. Apparently, there's the the mark he's put down there in joining E and E. That's how he's put it. I mean, I'm going to experiment with that guy and see what it looks like. But to me, it looks like it's going to come down here. What's this side? Could be the other way around. We could turn it upside down. I don't think upside down is right. No, the flame looks like to be coming down that way, especially with these lines. The radius or the radii are coming down that way. So that's the belly there, and that's the neck up there. Just the angle of those is like an A-frame that way. It wouldn't be right if it was a V. So yeah, it is hard. It's hard to see. It's hard to see on this camera, dude. But yeah, eventually when we put some color on that, you will see. And the color we're going to go for is an amber. I'll give you a little subtle taste of what it's going to be like. Where is that guy? Let me find it and show you what we're trying to do with the color. We've gone for a vintage amber. We're gonna run a light black and it back.
Mom, somebody just followed me.
Iggs, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, or should I say, lizard. I don't know. I'm reading it backwards. Ollie Marks, what is going on? We've got a raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. Come on in. Join the... Ollie, how you doing? Thank you for joining and bringing your people over. How was your stream? Did you have a good day? My name's Manny. This is the Guitar Show in Australia. We build boutique guitars by hand on stream, and we're glad that you can join us. How you doing? All good. You've had a good time? Yes, excellent. It's always good when you have a good time. I'm just going to check some color on this guy. Throw some stain on here and just show you guys what we're talking about. The coloration, the color that I'm going for with this guy here. Let me find a little dry piece because I've got a little bit of spirit on the other side there. I don't want to wash it out. Looks quite yellow. You can see that color, but we're going to go for that amber. It's going to rich that up. We're going to do a burst on the outside like a tobacco. We're going to bring that in and dark and fade and lighter into the middle. So we are going to go a lot. See, that's got that classic amber. When we put a black under that, you're going to get that flame really adding a. We put the black in there, bring that flame up, rub it all back, leave a little bit of misty grey in that. And you'll get that tiger look. We're going to use tobacco burst. We're going to use an amber color tone. This is vintage amber. I've got a darker tobacco as well, which I'll use for the burst. And we will feather that in, and we will do layer after layer and get that beautiful transitioning burst all over that guy. And we want to get that tiger eye, that stripy, watery, beautiful quilt popping through. Yeah, this wood is American maple, so it's a cap, a flame maple cap, and it's about 20 millimeters deep. We're going to glue these together. We're going to stick them down onto a mahogany body, and we're going to then cut the shape and carve this top down. Literally, it's going to drop down to 2 millimeters up to the full height here. So it's going to be a big carved top, and we're going to. Oh, Mav, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Fixing guitars and played some games. Awesome, Ollie. That's great, man. That's what you want to do. You just want to swing and go with the flow, as they say. So thank you for coming in, by the way. I really appreciate you chiming in and joining us. Okay, so that's the one we're going to build. Now, if the neck for this guy I'm thinking is going to be a mahogany neck, we're going to go full-on traditional style in terms of materials, not in terms of looks. Like the headstock shape's going to be a little bit different. Okay, we're going to introduce the Melos headstock, not the traditional one, but the overall look and feel and the tonality and the weight and the vibe, the whole vibe is going to be 1950s style, late 50s, early 60s LP. So that's what we're going to do. Rightio, let me put this away. Let me bring out a piece of. So we're waiting for the alder, waiting for the mahogany. I have got some poplar that I want to show you. It's got some really nice, interesting color, and I want to decide what to do with that. Good old number 5, sample number 5. This has got a beautiful grayish, bluey, purpley streak through there. Beautiful piece of sapwood through the middle of that. That poplar is gorgeous. I'm going to pop some color on there and show you guys what that looks like. I'm thinking a telly style. I'm thinking a single cut. I'm also thinking Strat would look good here, but I just want a lot of body. Maybe the LP Junior in that might look good. A flat top, single cutaway, lots of real estate, no carving. Keep that guy flat. Exhibit this beautiful guy here, single P90, wraparound bridge. That might be the go. And this could be used for our charity stream giveaway in February. Not giveaway, auction, I should say, for the Children's Hospital. Pour some colour on there. You'll see those purples and browns come out. Yeah, it really, really is a lovely colour. And you get that yellowy. So this is what I'm thinking. And I could feather a very light burst around the edge of that in an LP shape, like a junior would look really nice in that. Terry, you do like this. It's very unique, this piece. The back is nothing like it. The back is pretty too. So the back's going to look gorgeous as well. If I show you the stripes and the beautiful symmetrical grain on the back, it's brilliantly book matched. It's a really good book. There is a knot here though. There is a knot, but that's okay. It's quite solid. That one will work. This ambers up nicely just with a bit of oil. You can see it gets that ambery yellow poplar foot, but that streaky bit in the middle. And of course, you've got the sap from those rings. You can see the rings there, how it's been cut. And then you get to the heartwood right in the middle. And of course, we've got this guy. We want to put that body on there. Body for you and show you what we're doing. See, if I put this guy back, capture all that and just put a very light burst on the outside, just around the light edges there, it's going to look really unique. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Dana. And Terry, thank you for the gifted sub to Leslie. You guys are awesome. So, yeah, I'm thinking this might make a really interesting LP Junior. I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing. What do you guys think? I'm umming and ahhing. I wish I had a cutaway so that I could put that over and you could silhouette and actually see the what the body's going to look like. If I wish I had the reverse of this, in other words, the donut hole to put over that, but I don't have that. But anyway, it's something to think about. The other option is to do something really kooky and throw one of these on there. It's another single cutaway, which isn't exactly. But if we put this down there that way like that, that could also look great. That would look also potentially look good in that shape because there is enough real estate down here. There is enough real estate to bring this guy into play. You can drop that down, get rid of that knot up there, the knot that's in play up here. He's out of play now. And we could also go for that shape as well. That would be cool. It is cool. Spalted maple. That sounds brilliant. Spalted maple is always beautiful. So yeah. They're the things we've got on the go. I can't wait to get in the next couple of days, we're going to receive, I've got some really, Terry, for your benefit, I've got some really beautiful Queensland maple, flamed Queensland maple. It's exactly like Canadian cookie maple or American cookie maple, really thick quilt, but it's bright red. It's like a phenomenal Queensland maple. It's going to be really, really rich. That's on the way. It's a 1/4-inch cap. It's going to go on a flat top, a chambered flat top, and I also have another beautiful piece of cap coming as well. Yep, absolutely. Red. Terry, when I say red, I'm talking heavy copper, beautiful bronze, heavy copper look. With the oil, it will just look like a sheet of polished copper. That's what it'll look like. So it's going to look something natural, but also very strikingly beautiful and very, very over the top in terms of the quilt. It's really, really gorgeously marked out. You know the back of this guy? The back of the acoustic. It's the same as this. So watch what happens to this, right? It's actually more detailed than this, but when I pop a bit of spirits on this guy, look at the color. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, even darker. You see the darkest parts? We're talking that color with lots and lots of grain. So we're talking really detailed quilting all the way through. None of this banding. We're talking from head to toe like you've taken a satin sheet and creased it. It's going to be so good. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, I like this acoustic. When this gets oiled up, it's going to be something else. That's pretty as well. I mean, look at that guy. You can see how detailed that is, and the piece I'm getting is twice as detailed, so it's going to look stunning. Okay. So that's what I wanted to show you. We've got a lot of things to get started on. I'm really keen on spending the rest of my time, in other words, the end of this month, and also it'll probably be from the start of December. December up to Christmas, I really want to get the Les Paul, the Tiger Eye going. I want to get that almost done if I can. January, I'm taking a week or two off here and there. I will let you guys know of the schedule, but we'll keep you posted. But for now, we're going to do that. Now, the other thing I need to do is organise necks for these guys. I've got materials. We'll look at that next time. I've got to head off now, so it's only been an hour and 42, but I'm going to call it there because I need to get a run on to something else. So I'm going to just see who's on, and we're going to return the favour of the magnificent raids. Thank you for raiding people today. That was awesome. Really appreciate you. Ollie, thank you very much for the raid. We really appreciate it. And welcome to the new, welcome raiders and welcome on in. Let's have a look and see who's on, and let's share the love. Who have we got? Joe Pags is on. Astro Canuck is on. Johnny and Heidi's on. Hank Budd is on. I haven't seen Hank for ages. Let's go to my fellow Hank Budd, Canadian luthier. Guys, you've got to check him out if you haven't. This guy's hilarious. He's good value. He's a good guy. Nice to talk to. A lot of fun, and also a brilliant, brilliant luthier. Very, very good quality comes out of his hands. So let me raid good old Hank. And see how we go there. All right. Thank you, guys and girls. That's me for today. I will be back tomorrow. We might even start doing something tomorrow. Fingers crossed. We'll start on the neck. I think I've got the neck materials. We'll start building necks before the body blanks come in. Let me send you over to Hank now. Have a good afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you may be. This is Manny from The Guitar Show. I'll be back again tomorrow, so look out for us. Until then, look after each other. Look after yourself too. I'll see you then. Bye for now. Right, here go.